Found human remains in the Grand River Monday says she was shocked and horrified when she saw them. Tonight she tells us she hopes the man can be identified so his family can get some closure. The Jackson County dive team and Blackman-Leoni public safety officers pulled the skeletal remains from the Grand River just north of I-94. An autopsy shows it was a man's body, but it couldn't determine the cause of death. Investigators are still working to identify the man. Now, the story of how the remains were found is even more bizarre. It was a Memorial Day trip gone bad. After months of planning, Ashley Vondrasek was finally going on her first canoeing trip, but as Marcus Dash tells us, not even halfway through her trip, she saw the human skull.
We kind of came upon this cluster of branches and leaves that were across the river, and there was just a skeleton.
Her husband, Jacob, was by her side when they spotted the decomposed skull and a rib cage. They couldn't believe what they were seeing.
My husband just kept saying, you know, that's a human, that's a human.
Vondrasek said they probably wouldn't have noticed the remains if they hadn't gotten so far ahead of the others they were canoeing with.
We decided to pull our canoe over to the side to wait for them, and honestly, it was kind of like the smell that we noticed.
The group called 911 immediately after spotting the skeleton. Vondrasek tells me they were all stunned as they made their way back home. She said this may be her last trip down the river.
I'm not sure if I'm going to go canoeing again for a while. It was very surreal.
Yeah, definitely something shocking. That was Marcus Dash reporting. Vondrasek believes that the person could have come from anywhere, given how close the remains were to the I-94 overpass. Police are hoping dental records will help them identify the remains. They're also checking missing person cases. We'll keep you updated on the investigation.